three horses in the race. So let's talk about Manchester United. They met Leeds twice very quickly in the space of a week. Didn't turn out so well the first time around. Second time around, it looked as though it might not turn out so well as well. But then those late goals came from Rashford and Garnacho. What did we learn about Manchester United from this game?
I think we've learned that in Erik ten Hag, you have a manager that not only has a character but know-how, and he ought to be considered with the top 5 managers in the world. This is a manager that's proving in real time that he could be in charge of any team in the world. I mean, those tweaks in the second half, incredible. They worked out absolutely perfect, right? We all saw Marcus Rashford kind of not being really involved, right? And look at Lisandro Martinez, who, by the way, was incredible coming in, because there were some issues bringing the ball out of the back. This is a manager that's given Harry Maguire a chance, right? If you want to be trusted by players, you have to give that trust back. And for some reason, because it was a massive surprise, he did it here. I don't necessarily believe it was just because Manchester United are going to play Barcelona midweek, right? It may have been part of the reason, but he gave him a chance. I think Maguire was okay, but you could see bringing the ball out of the back, some of his passing was missing. In comes Lisandro Martinez, 30 minutes, 88% accuracy in terms of passing. I had to write it down. 30 accurate passes. I mean, that's just incredible. And you could see it. Long balls, 3 duels, won all of them. In the air, long balls, initiating the attack. Luke Shaw going left changed things as well. But I think just the tweak with Rashford, although, I mean, it's not like we couldn't foresee that. But it was interesting that he was the number 9 and Weghorst was playing behind him, right? If you look at the logic, the big man, you would have thought, okay, let's tweak it. Let's bring Rashford more central, but let's play him behind, because it just makes sense logically for the size and mobility. And as we know, Rashford could play that second role as well. But he didn't do that. And, everything changed in that. So it just goes to show how quickly Ten Hag becomes trusted by the players, how quickly they understood what he wants out of the team as well. And this is a team that's just going to go from strength to strength, I think, right now. I mean, it's incredible. I don't remember last time how someone anywhere in Europe has changed the team from such a negative in the beginning of the season. And I'm not talking the 1 or 2 or 3 games, right? I mean, I'm looking at that Brentford game when they got hammered 4-0. And I'm thinking to myself, I mean, they're contenders. I mean, to me, it's absolutely incredible having had to deal with all the egos that he's had in that dressing room and all the negativity. As I've said, I mean, think about it. I mean, right now, if Paris Saint-Germain is looking for a manager, he could go there. Plenty of egos there. Nobody in the past could deal with them. And he goes. If Barcelona, Real Madrid, or anybody else needed a coach, I'm not saying he's going to be successful, but for sure, he's one of those 3 or 4 managers that they are looking at immediately.
Yeah, it's interesting to see his relationship with those players as well, Janusz. It was there for all to see. You could see him and Marcus Rashford at the end of the game with their arms around each other. He was so happy when Garnacho's goal went in. He seems to be able to manage those players so well. What do you think the factors are that have gained that trust from the players that they really want to fight for this manager, that they really do like him?
I think that first and foremost, he showed that it's a no nonsense. It's my way or highway. Now, anybody can do that, right? But you have to stick with it. You have to stay with it. And look, I mean, Cristiano Ronaldo situation comes to mind. But second, I think it's when he walked in, players believe that he knows what he's talking about. And I have to go back, with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, where people always had doubts. There was friendships within him and the players, right? And then, Ralf Rangnick, as I've said before, players sensed it immediately that he was away from the game way too long. That was like 10 years or something like that. And 2 factors, right? You come in, you show that you're the boss. And second, and the most important one, you have to show that you know football. And you know how to teach it, because, you know, knowing is one thing, but showing it on the pitch and getting players to buy into it, it's another one. Players are sneaky. I'm telling you, everybody's after themselves, right? Everybody looks for themselves. And it's not that easy to say, look, if you do it this way, you're going to get it right. And if it's proven, slowly but surely, players buy into it.
Well, you're allowed to say that because you're a former player. Players are sneaky. There you go. You heard it here on PL Express. Thanks so much for being with us for another week. We hope you enjoyed all the topics. We'll be back to do it all again next week.
Thank you very much for watching ESPN FC on YouTube. For more highlights, analysis and exclusive content, be sure to subscribe. Thank you very much for watching ESPN FC on YouTube. For more highlights, analysis and exclusive content, be sure to subscribe.